BlackMyth WuKong is a game full of elegance within its combat and the ability to seamlessly switch between staff stances with grace and power. To the layman gamer, one would think, how is someone able to do all of this simultaneously? Well, in this video I break down how I used the Xbox Elite controller to dominate in BlackMyth WuKong. Even with the Xbox version's delayed release, I'll show you how I have configured the controller's paddles to effortlessly switch between staff stances and execute quick dodges, giving me a serious edge in combat. Plus, I discuss the latest updates on Xbox version's release date and what you should expect. Welcome back to my channel. It's 𝒉𝒆𝒍𝒑𝒔 from Identity. If you're interested in builds, guides, and discussions, then don't hesitate to like the video and subscribe to my channel if you're new here. I'd love to have you. Anyways, even though the Xbox version of BlackMyth WuKong has been delayed and wasn't released alongside the PC and PS5 versions, I've still managed to get the full Xbox experience right here on my PC. Isn't PC pretty much Microsoft? And when it comes to any melee or fighting game, a mouse and keyboard just doesn't cut it for me. I need to use a controller. Specifically, the Xbox Elite controller is arguably the best on the market, thanks to its ergonomic design and ease of use. Even before I made the switch to PC over 4 years ago, it was my go-to controller back when I owned the Xbox One. So yeah, I'm getting the experience without even needing an Xbox. Especially important given that the game's release on the Xbox is still delayed. But here's the latest. Game science developers have stated they're working hard to meet their quality standards on Xbox. They've also stated that the delay is due to the need for further optimizations to meet their quality standards on the Xbox X/S. And they still haven't provided a specific release date for the Xbox version, but they did mention that they aim to minimize the wait for Xbox users, so you shouldn't be waiting too long. And if you haven't heard already, some sources speculate that the Xbox release date might occur a few months after the game was launched, which was a couple weeks ago, so possibly in the fall or early winter. We can only hope and keep our fingers crossed. But this delay is particularly relevant because BlackMyth WuKong's unique combat system, especially with the 3 staff stances, is designed to keep players on their toes, literally. So as I'm approaching mid-game, I've already unlocked the 3 stances, and I'm hearing there's a WuKong stance that adds another 4th stance, which is also perfect because the Xbox Elite controller has 4 paddles on the back, right? And with this level that I'm at, I have enough points to create like hybrid builds that utilize multiple staff stances at high levels all at the same time. But here's the catch. Switching between these stances requires you to push the D-pad, which forces you to take your thumb off the analog stick. And this is very inconvenient in the heat of battle when dodging attacks or making split-second decisions to land that perfect dodge. This is far from ideal, especially for someone like me who doesn't play claw style. And I never understood how people did that. Back in the day when I used to play Gears of War, man, before the Elite controller came out, they had these people who would position their hands in a certain way where they're using an analog stick with their thumb and hitting the buttons with their index finger. And I'm like, nah. That's why they say it's claw, because your hand looks like a claw while you're doing that. I never even tried to practice that, but people who did, their wall bouncing was insane. So if you didn't have that capability, you can enter the beauty of the Xbox Elite controller. With 4 customizable paddles on the back, I've configured them to perfectly suit my playstyle. 3 of those paddles are dedicated to each staff stance, so it allows me to switch between them seamlessly whenever the situation demands it. And like I said, for the 4th paddle, for now it's reserved for the dodge button, but once I unlock the WuKong stance, of course it's going to that. And then it's just becoming a true Monkey King after that without losing any momentum. But it's not only about switching stances either, or dodging. This controller setup is very good, meaning that it enhances every aspect of gameplay. The responsive triggers, the precision thumbsticks, and you can even fine-tune your settings because the Elite controller lets you adjust the sensitivity of your triggers and your sticks. So it gives you the power to customize your experience down to a T. Just certain things I didn't really realize when using a regular controller, but once I grabbed it, I never went back. It comes with a beautiful, comfortable case because you can actually pull the analog sticks out and switch them for different lengths of analog depending on your thumbs. It's just a great controller overall. And they have an app on the PC called Xbox Accessories. This is what allows you to customize your buttons. You have 3 different setups that you can save. And at the push of a button, you switch to them depending on which game you're playing. So for this, obviously I'm playing WuKong, so that's what I named this layout, and all I did was make the 2 left buttons for my pillar and smash and the right one for my thrust stance. So all I'm saying is that this controller really put things into a different perspective for me when it comes to playing this game, being that there's only dodging, there's no blocking, so you really have to keep your wits about you during combat. Anyways, I just wanted to share this with you and let you know I was getting the Xbox experience with the controller. And if you're doing the same thing I am, let me know in the comment section below. Also, other people have said that there's a PlayStation controller that's better than an Elite controller. Let me know what that is. Maybe I'll check that out, but I don't know, man. Ever since I've used this controller, I never went back, even when I went to PC. So I appreciate you watching this to the end. And if you want to see this in action, I got some gameplay of me fighting against bosses, and specifically this area where I find the blacksmith that allows me to challenge him to a fight to attain a pretty broken transform that you're gonna want to need. Also, this village called Zodiac Village, it's a secret area that is basically a hub that has every merchant that you've encountered so far in the game. So if you want to see that and how to access that area, it's all right here in this video. Other than that, I'll see you in the next one, fam. Oh, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel if you're new here. I'd love to have you. Be right out.